storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
Okay, people, I had to run back to the screen to show y'all this statement here. All right, that Shannon Sharpe then released. He then released an official statement. Shannon Sharpe, co-host of Club Shay, host of Club Shay Shay, co-host of the podcast Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco. All right, Shannon Sharpe, aka Mr. Michelle, my Michelle. Okay, as you guys know, there was a lawsuit filed yesterday by Jane Doe that accused him of intimidation, of abuse, sexual assault over multiple occasions, with the last incident happening January of 2025. Okay, and she is seeking $50 million in damages. Now, okay, statement by Larry J. Davis, counsel to Shannon Sharpe. So that's Shannon's lawyer. Okay, all right. They leaking text messages, boo. They leaking text messages. Look at the first one. It says, I want you. Okay, there we go. Make sure I can hear me. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. Gabrielle Zuniga, in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, October 7th of 2023. Okay, so by the name Zuniga, okay, we already know she is a Hispanic. Gabriella, also she's younger. Gabriella Zuniga. Okay. Can't wait until they show her face. Literally cannot wait until they show her face. Okay. So she said, I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. Gabrielle Zuniga in a text message to Shannon Sharpe, January 1st, 2025 at 9:50 p.m. And they got her time zone too. Okay, so this is what's getting me. She claimed he raped her in 2025, but she said, I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25K for each cheek. This is a lot going on. This is a lot. Hey, you bad didn't get a notification. Okay, I just went live though. Only been on here like 2 minutes. Okay. It says this lawsuit filed by Gabrielle Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In an effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. Wow. In an effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Wow. Felicia said, how they posting the messages without his responses? Well, this is his attorney's team, so you know they only you already know. I knew she was another. Lay with flower and lose your power. You know what? I'm still in that, S. Smith. Wow. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Okay, hold up. Contrary, I don't know why I can't talk today. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd of 2025, the day she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above, to Mr. Sharpe. So the way they framing it is that when he didn't give her that $25K for each cheek, so really she asking for $50,000. So she asked him for $50,000, and that is when she said, "Okay, I'm gonna sue this nigga." That man was dogging her out like he was going in on her. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Okay. Now let's hit the next page. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. She said, only if you put that baby gravy, not baby gravy. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. She then texts him November 23rd. Is this the day before Thanksgiving, you nasty slut? She said, I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you. Wow. Now she want to put her tongue in his asshole. Gabriella. Now, let me tell y'all something. Them Latin hoes, they do love to eat ass. I'm going to keep it real with y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all that. They love it. It's something about it. They will eat your booty. Oh, yeah. They'll eat that booty. So this guy right here. Hold up. This guy right here. They eat all that meat and all that pork and drink all that liquor, smoke all them cigarettes. She wanted him to bend over and spread them cheeks. And she didn't just say, I'm going to eat it. She said, I'm going to stick my tongue in your ass. That's what she wanted to do to this right here. She said that on January 12th. Wait a minute, what day is January 12th, bitch? That better not have been MLK Day, ho.
If you can afford it.
Hold up. January 12th. Okay, no. Okay. I was gonna say. She said, I wanna She said, that's my daddy fuck. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Wow, these niggas really love being treated like a mandingo. Oh, I already see what this is. He cut this whore off. He cut her off. She didn't really get a lot of money out of him. She didn't get no baby for no child support, and he damn sure didn't marry her. So she said, I'm leaving here with something. She said, I'm leaving here with something. That's how she look at you, sir? Don't like you for your personality. Don't like you for who you are as a man. She said, I want you to put a big black. I didn't know Hispanic women. I didn't know white women could give birth to black children. But she said, I want you to put a big black baby in me. Wow. She said, I'm leaving here with something. Next text. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Oh my God. And see, she Hispanic, and them Hispanic women, boy, you sneeze on them and you get them pregnant. Let me tell you something. Shannon don't strike me. Even though he's very clean and he got OCD, rich, successful, older men ain't using no rubber. I want y'all to stay with me. Regular broke dudes don't like to use no rubber. Rich, successful, older men in the game ain't using no rubber. She already asking for the baby gravy. This man was hitting it raw, and he was definitely cream pieing her. Now hold up. I'm not finished. Let me cook. Let me cook. The reason why this girl is really mad is because she sat back and realized this nigga been fucking me and nutting in me for a while. And I ain't got knocked up. This nigga must be snipped. Shannon Sharpe is snipped. He probably didn't necessarily tell her that. But Shannon Sharpe, I'm willing to bet, is snipped. So yeah, he could cream pie you all he want to, and he'll play along with it, knowing that he ain't gonna get you pregnant because he can't. Somebody put her ass on game. Hold on, let me go back. Because I just seen somewhere Shannon Sharpe, where he was talking about having kids. Damn, I think he was talking to Damon Wayans about it. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip right here.
I was a terrible parent. I was. Because I was so it drove me crazy because all I thought about was football. That's all I thought about. How could I get better? Some kid is in high school want my job. Some kid in college want my job.
Right.
I obsessed from the time I was about 11 or 12 when I really thought about going to the NFL. That's all I thought about. It consumed me. And I ruined relationships. No question about it, Ocho. I should have been married. No question in my mind.
Now there we go. We getting somewhere now.
I could have been, but married. But this is what I learned. Broke people, men, will lie to impress a woman. A rich man will lie to test a woman. You'll go broke chasing women, but you won't lose a woman chasing money.
Right.
So I had to balance that out.
Right. I like that. I like that.
But the most important woman that for me was Mary Porter. That was the most important. Nothing else mattered. Nothing mattered. So when people see anybody that you can go back and ask anybody, they'll tell you point blank. The most important thing that Shannon Sharpe has always been his grandmother. To get her out of that environment, to get her out of that leaky.
Anyway, so he already admitted he was a terrible parent. I can't find a clip, but there was a clip of those two talking where Chad said he wanted more kids because Chad got a lot of kids. Chad loves being a father, and I think Chad even said he wants some more kids. And I remember Shannon saying, hell no, you crazy. And he an older man, and all he want to do, he ain't playing football now. He just want to grow his business. Shannon is not tripping off. I guarantee you, Shannon is motherfucking snipped. I guarantee you that man snipped. And once again, she said, I'm leaving here with something. Okay? Once again, you better crave it or you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. These messages are just a sampling of... Hold up. Hey, I'm on air. They're calling me while I'm trying to work. I'm on air. This evidence paints a clear picture. No, let me go back. These messages are just a sampling of a broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Ms. Zuniga. The evidence paints a clear picture. This was a consensual adult relationship that concluded role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios explicitly requested by Zuniga. Okay? Now, that lady racist, man, most of them are. Now, here's the thing. Let me continue reading. The edited tape. So this is also blackmail / extortion. The edited tape that Ms. Zuniga secretly taped and showed to Mr. Sharpe during her blackmail attempt tries to falsely portray, as a result of this editing and out of context from prior text messages, that the sexual activity was not consensual. But Mr. Sharpe now believes her secret taping was all a part of her planned setup of her blackmail scheme, as distorted by her edited tape, a copy of which she refused to make available to Mr. Sharpe or his counsel. Okay. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of grape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. Okay, so she was secretly taping him the whole time. Okay, she really wanted him to commit to her, which he was not going to do. She really wanted him to marry her. He was not going to do that. She really wanted a baby. He damn sure wasn't going to do that. Okay, now, whatever this tape is that is probably going to somehow leak, let's be clear. Number one, if she taped you once, nigga, she taped you multiple times. There ain't just one tape. There's never just one recording, baby. There are multiple, okay? And if he was comfortable enough for them to text back and forth talking about, I want baby gravy, nut in me, give me a baby, you best believe she got his nudes. She got his nudes. She got jerk off videos, nutting videos. He probably has spread it for her, you know, put them big old black booty cheeks and spread them, probably oiled them up for her and all that. Okay, so get ready for all that to leak. One of these days, you gonna go onto Twitter and you just and Shannon Sharpe is gonna be trending, and you gonna click and you gonna see his meat across the screen, or you gonna see his big old ass cheeks. One or the other. Remember when Drake was trending? And you like, oh, why is Drake trending? Let me see what they're talking about on Twitter. Oh, when he was serving all kinds of floppy dick. I'm not trying to see whole pics. Oh, baby, it's all gonna leak. He just need. I mean, but it's gonna leak. He just needs to prepare himself for that. You thought you was embarrassed with that audio. You damn sure gonna be embarrassed when not when the front come out. Because ain't no man really tripping off his meat being shown unless his meat is small. We might act like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We don't care about meat. But for your hole to be exposed, oh damn. And then you know the girl's gonna examine it and they're gonna say, oh yeah, this nigga, just saying. Okay. What was the last point I was gonna make? Okay, I believe these videos that may leak, right, where it's going to look like he was graping her, okay? There is in the BDSM community, or just in the just to say sexual kinks, right? There is something called CNC, which a lot of women are turned on by. Okay, a lot of women are turned on by this. Okay, it's called CNC. It happens in the swinger community. There's a lot of corn that's made with CNC. Swinger community, corn, just underground sex world, and just some people, and just regular people are into it, right? It's called consensual non-consent. Refers to a situation where two or more individuals have agreed to a sexual act that would normally be considered non-consensual. It is negotiated activity where participants agree to the script of a scene, including actions and behaviors that simulate a lack of consent, but with the understanding that it's all consensual. Okay. Now this, depending on, for it's still on OnlyFans. Now, it was on All the Queen's Men. Okay, so big is sure that you know what I'm talking about, right? Now, this has different levels to it, right? Some like at the very basis of it, there are some women that tell their men, baby, you can take it whenever you want. Like, I don't care if I'm asleep or what I'm doing, like bend me over and take it, right? Then, right, you have role play. Some women literally, there are services where women will sign up and sign paperwork and pay money to get kidnapped, right? And they don't know when the kidnapping is coming. It's some sick shit out here. Some sick shit in the world, okay? They don't know when the kidnapping is coming, but one day, they somewhere, and a van like this pulls up, and men in ski masks will take them off the street, throw them in the back, and consensually, non-consensually rape them. Even when you study science, and yes, women pay for that. Yes, women pay for all kinds of kinks. Let me tell you something. In the real world, when you have certain kinks, you pay for that shit so that nobody finds out. You pay for that shit so you don't have to ask your partner for it, and then they look at you crazy when they say, "What? You want me to piss in your mouth and gargle it, and then I drink it?" Like, I'd rather just pay somebody for that. So CNC is a very real thing, right? So some women like the kidnap van scenario, and it may be one guy in the back, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 10, whatever she's into. Some will leave their window open, right? So that you can just crawl through that bitch and take it. Then it gets really dark because while the CNC is happening, a lot of times the women will cry, they'll scream, they'll say no. So if you don't know what's going on, and you just witness this shit, you will really think this is a real rape when really it's some form of CNC. Even couples do this when y'all role play. Act like, you just met me at the bar and you don't know who I am, or I just want you to show up at this hotel room and just break in and just have your way with me. I know that's role play, but this is another form of role play. So I'm teaching y'all this. Why would you want to play with grape? Okay. You need to go read up on psychology studies. There are a lot of women that are turned on by grape scenarios. I know you might not believe that. And I know, unfortunately, because a lot of women and men have actually gone through that in real life, you're saying like, I would never, because you've been through that. But for some women, that is their scenario. For a lot of women out here, they have primal sexual attraction to very aggressive, alpha-like men that will completely use, abuse, desecrate them, and dominate them. And they want that, and in a lot of scenarios, they pay for that, right? There are parties that are held throughout, well, all across the world and all throughout the country, right? But they're mainly concentrated in Nevada, Texas, and Florida. And people fly in from all over, and they go to these parties. They'll rent these Airbnbs, or they'll do like a hotel floor where the whole floor is rented out. So then you can run between each room and you naked. Right? But you have the safety of, okay, can't nobody else come to this floor unless they have access, and you're able to live out all your sexual fantasies. Okay? A lot of women out here like that. Just because you don't like that, don't think other women don't, because you are just you. But there are plenty of women that love this shit, and even couples that participate and will pay for that shit. Being violated is not primal. For a lot of women, yes, it is. But they only want that from who they want that from. Taylor said, don't knock it till you try that. BDSM life is lit AF. I love it. Exactly. Taylor, they don't even know. A lot of them don't know. People are into all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what we're gonna see on this video, because I do believe that video gonna leak. If he don't come out some money, that video gonna leak. And based upon what I'm seeing in these texts, let me go back. Where she talking about put a black baby in me and put a baby in me and nut in me, come in me. Oh yeah. Yes. I remember hearing a hotel worker talking about wild parties where shit was on the wall. Yeah, that's afterwards, right? Now, some people are into scat play. I'm not into no scat. I don't want nothing to do with no dookie. That's a line for me. I don't want nothing to do with no dookie. That ain't my thing. But a lot of people are into scat play. Okay? And that could be them playing in it, them eating it, just being defecated on, whatever. I've seen a black man whip a white woman that was pinned on the wall at a party. Me too. I've seen that plenty of times. I've seen a black man that was, and he was in some kind of biker gang. See, and you never know who's the dom and who's the sub, right? Yeah, breeding is a big king. There are literally things that are called cream pie parties, where women just lay in the bed and they just want to be cream pie. There are also some where women just want to be ejaculated on. They want you to toast or strudel them. They want you to do it and then leave out the room. That's all they want. Now, that's an energy thing. That's spiritual if you really dig deeper, but people like what they like. Okay? Now, Butterfly Lady said, I seen a black man with a white woman that was pinned on. I seen a black man that was 5'3". He was muscular. He was buff as fuck. But he was older and he was in a biker gang, because I seen a big old gang tattoo on his back. Looked like some Sons of Anarchy shit. And he had this white girl on a chain. This white girl was he was probably 5'3". She was probably 5'10" or 5'11". And he had her on a chain. And when I say, he told her, you stay your ass right there. I'm walking to the bathroom. You stay right there. And that girl stayed like a puppy dog. Okay. Verlene said sloppy seconds too. Shit, not just sloppy seconds, sloppy 25ths. Imagine being man number 33 that's ejaculating in this woman after 32 dudes have already finished inside of her. It's a hot, creamy white mess. Y'all think I'm lying about it? Didn't y'all see the OnlyFans girls that just went viral for doing 100 in a day, doing 1,000 in a day? That happens not just with people on OnlyFans, that happens with people in real life. People is doing nasty ass shit out here. And I'm sick of people lying about it. So let's really just talk. Oh, they went viral. Yeah. Remember the girl she took 100 dudes in the rear and then had to go give cert. Well, actually, her rear was already messed up. But yeah, she went and got that rear. Y'all think I'm lying? Hold up. Y'all think I'm lying? A girl who slept with 1,000 men in a day. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Bonnie Blue, that's her name. And Bonnie Blue is engaged to be married. She has a whole husband. Okay? Bonnie insists she slept with 1,057 men in 12 hours, a record which she states beats Lisa Sparks, who slept with 919 men in a single day in 2004. Butterfly Lady said the collar thing is fun with a leash. I have definitely had a few leashes in my hands, and that's all I can say. And yes, it is fun. Yeah, she's engaged. I'm gonna show you who her man is. Hold up. Bonnie Blue fiance. Here you go, right here. This her fiance, Lil Mabu. He's 19 years old. Remember the boy that was over there hanging with Krishan? I think he got a song with Krishan. That's her fiance right there. I know there's some nasty shit out here in the world. But I say all this to say, I don't know what kind of scenarios they had. I don't know what's on these videos, but the whole point of me talking about consensual non-consent, we would say CNC, is not to glorify it, but I'm not going to kink shame either. But I'm just going to say nothing that's in this video is about to surprise me, because I've seen the underground and I've seen what it is. Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily ruined from seeing the underground sex world and how people really get down and what people really about, but I have no, is the word naivete? Or no, well, I'm definitely not innocent no more. That's all gone. Because I see, it's that, I think what really makes, I think the problem with why people really can't stay together is we know way too much about each other. After me now knowing and seeing how people really get down, I don't look at nobody as like, yeah, okay, whatever. I already know. I don't take nobody that seriously. Sonny said, be safe and have an attorney on sidebar. Shit. I'm good for now because I ain't got, I'm I'm not signing a $100 million deal right now, so I'm good. This is what, 2025? I'm really gonna pop off and blow up in 26 and 27. But then people still really ain't gonna trip. I got about another 12 to 15 years before, because I ain't even really, men, it take a while for men to come into themselves and to really hit their apex as far as their income is concerned. I'm only 31. I turn 32 next week. It'll be about another 12 years before somebody tries some slick shit like that with me. They ain't gonna try that right now because they ain't gonna get shit. I can't give them shit but no Peloton. I can give you Peloton and I got a few quarters in this couch. These women don't do this so they can get some money out of you. Notice, ain't none of them ask for these men to go to prison. I hate to sound like this, but I have to start sounding like this now. Ain't none of them ask for these niggas to be locked up. But they gonna ask for $50 million. Are you in Aries storm? No, I'm a Taurus. But yeah, I got another 12 to 15 years for a hoe try this shit. And by then, I'll relocate to Indonesia like Russell Simmons. I'll be over there in the purple thong doing yoga. Because I already know what it is. That's the game. Yeah, they want the bag. Wants you for you. That is rare. That is rare. You find somebody that really love you for you. That is, and that's men or women. You successful women gotta be careful too. Because if I'm a bum, I know first thing I'm gonna do is get you pregnant. Because yes, there are women that pay child support. There are women that get Sherry Shepherd, Mary J. Blige, Jennifer Lewis. I already know what it is. Not right now, because I don't have shit right now. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? But no, 12 to 15 years from now, oh yeah. Oh yeah. But the key is when somebody tries you like this, you don't yep, Halle Berry, yep, Britney Spears. I'm trying to tell you, most people in this life are predatory. And their predatory Storm, is it true a prenup can expire? Yeah, some people do. Some prenups, yeah, are like 10 years of fit, or they'll have I don't know if expire, but they have a clause where, like, if we stay married at least 10 years or at least 15, then you get half, blah, blah, blah. This prenup doesn't apply, whatever. Yeah. Because you can put whatever you want in the prenup. Yep. Sky Jackson. Yep. Same thing. But she just wanted a light-skinned baby. That's all that was. But pretty much everybody out here is predatory. Everybody wants something from you. Everybody. Even if they just want your time, they want something from you. Women and men need to be wary of that, because women, y'all work and successful and got houses, and you know, especially if you meet a woman of a certain age, she got a couple houses, she got nice cars, her shit is together, and then she'll run into a nigga that ain't got shit, that's handsome, got a good body, meat stick, and he will fuck up your whole flow and your whole motion. If it's anything I've learned studying like manifestation, studying energy, studying spiritual stuff, even reading the Bible, which is a spiritual manual, right? We all carry energy, and somebody simply being in your presence can fuck up your whole motion. Which is why even in the Bible, it say what? You ain't supposed to entertain a fool. You ain't even supposed to let a fool in your house. Yep. Sonny said that's why I don't hug everybody. Pamela said that's true. Yep. And I didn't learn about like washing your hands with salt and washing your hands with sugar. Oh, baby, I didn't learn. No fools in your house. You're not supposed to. And a lot of us do that. You will have that relative or old friend you can't stand. You know they ain't about shit. You know they danger. You still let them in your house. You let the devil in your house. Always remember, they cannot come in without your permission. And that's really any spirit. Yeah, Shannon made his statement at the bottom. We read that already. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all of the allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and would not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these claims vigorously in court. Yes, bringing negative energy. Yes. What if you are the fool that's in your own house? What do you do there? But then you need to get yourself together. You your own worst enemy at that point. They probably did a grape scene together and she recorded it, of course. And she edited and chopped and screwed it. And the version that we see, because I do believe this is going to leak. And I believe more women are going to come out and accuse him of the same thing. Because once one come out to get some money, more than one does. So they said, not the fool in your house. Sharonda said, lust will take you down and take you out of here. Let me tell you something. You right. When I look at the men in my family, right? This goes from father, grandfathers. I never met my great grandfathers. I'll just say them. fathers, grandfathers, uncles, cousins. I don't have any brothers. Male friends, associates, looking at friends' parents. Your inability to control your lust will be the end of you. We see it time and time again. And people think because, oh, I ain't got no STDs, I'm clean. They think just because you got a clean STD test, baby. Sexually transmitted demons are a real thing, and a condom cannot protect you from that. Same thing with women too. The women and men that's watching me, I want you to think. And keep it real with yourself, even if you don't keep it real with me. When you look back at all the problems you've had in your life, all the missteps, all the wrong turns you took, right? The trouble you got into, hasn't it pretty much 90% of the time been tied to who you were having sex with? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yep. Yes. Show is. Yes. Yep. 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 See? I know I'm not crazy. I'm smart as fuck. What about corn? That's another way of draining your energy. That's a gateway. And that's a portal. And even with corn, you also start to develop all these different kinks that you want to try. It's harder for a human being to please you. You're highly desensitized. And people will say, oh, corn is keeping me from cheating. Temporarily. And even if you ain't cheating with your body, you cheating with your mind, you cheating with your spirit. This is another reason why when you see people do the best in life, they are either practicing abstinence or they're only messing around with one long-term person. That's it. And that's male or female. One consistent individual that you know and you know what they about and you, yep. Or just abstaining people that abstain, they look good, they look fresh, they be healthy. Let me show you somebody who ain't had sex in years. I think he said 8 or 9 years. And he looks amazing. Okay, maybe not. Hold up. Where is I was gonna say I'm trying to go to the YouTube. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all. Yep, Lenny. Yep, that's what I'm finna show y'all. You already know.
Oh, nice Airstream. Hey, Lenny, we're here to see your gym and fridge.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. This is how Storm want to live right here. Somewhere on the island. I think that's an Airstream. Yep, the trailer, whatever.
Whoa, nice Airstream. Hey, Lenny, we're here to see your gym and fridge.
Hey, what's happening? I hear you've come a long way to see my gym and fridge. Come on in. Welcome to the Bahamas. Loosely on it to keep me inspired. What we have is green and more green. We've got cucumbers, mangoes, broccoli.
But look how good this man looks. Look how good this man looks. And he's 60 plus. Hold up, another one.
Mini black. That crack. I'm not lying.
Oh,
it's the truth. So I understand that saying, but
music. Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I would say.
Jeez. But Chili and Maya, yes, they eat well, they take care of themselves. Yes, because they're focused on self-care. Eating well, exercising, that is self-care. Even Chili was practicing abstinence for a real long time. They're both vegans too. I know. It's something about people of color being like plant-based. That's probably really what we need to be. Look at that. They look good. They killing the game. They look better than these 20-year-old and 30-year-old girls out here. Anyway, people who have their lust under control. I'm a lazy 30-year-old. You might be screwing a ninja that got a lazy spirit on him. I'm gonna tell y'all what messed me up is when I learned there's something called a poverty spirit. I said, oh no. And if you let that shit attach to you, it will mess up your money. What is a poverty spirit? Okay. Revoking the poverty spirit. One of the main enemies working against our prosperity in the spirit realm, because poverty is not just financial, baby. It can be spiritual. Poverty spirit. If we want to prosper, and then you know it finishes. To be poor in spirit is to recognize your utter spiritual bankruptcy before God. It is understanding that you have absolutely nothing of worth to offer to God. We're not going to go there, but you get my point. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go now. I got some things to do. All right. Any final comments before I get up out of here? Any final comments? Also, make sure y'all signed up on StormMonroeTV.com, 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 StormMonroeTV.com. Okay, StormMonroeTV.com. Okay, and we're gonna be putting up another script either today or tomorrow. No, why my voice started cracking because I got my cousin's funeral this weekend, and so I know I ain't gonna really be able to go live like that. Okay. Once I became single, I had a glow up, and my money been flowing abundantly. Period. I had been accomplishing so much. My ex was unmotivated and hated that I dreamed big. He was fine with being a hater. See. Yeah, I just realized that's a typo in the background graphic. I'm gonna change that, but don't worry about that because you know how to spell my mother in name. Okay. Period. Okay. Let me show y'all the latest script that's up. Go to the Celebrity Doctor tab, and right there. Boom, boom, boom. Point now. Okay, almost at 1,000 views. You know, got my own motion on my website. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my God. The explosion. Yep, sure does. Sure does. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care, and I will catch you all later.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.